Tales of sexual harassment are unfortunately nothing new in Thai culture, especially when it involves well-known or powerful figures. But it was not until a notorious case involving a famous politician that sparked the biggest Me Too outcry in Thailand. But why there are still so many victims that are too afraid to report their assaults? The director of the Women and Men Progressive Movement Foundation, Jadet Chawilai, told Thai PBS's The Active that abusers who hold a higher position and a good reputation in society, whether they are politicians, teachers, or high-ranking government officials, often use their public image and their authority to threaten the victims. This frequently dissuades the victims from reporting assault to the police. The foundation itself has been receiving a number of complaints from victims, which are mostly cases between teachers and students and high-ranking government officials and their subordinates. Jadet also revealed that in almost all cases, the offender continued to sexually assault other women, in some cases as many as 10. Women's rights activist Angkana Intasa said that most sexual harassment victims are too scared to report the assaults, as the wrongdoer is well respected and in the public eye. She explained that victims often feel that the perpetrator has so much power and authority that nobody would believe what the victims say. This makes victims too afraid to report to the police, which leads the perpetrator to repeat the assault on other women. Apart from the power imbalance between the abuser and the victims, one of the most alarming problems is that Thai society still holds patriarchal beliefs about women and often blames them for falling victim to sexual harassment or abuse. How society continues to stigmatize victims and often gives the benefit of the doubt to the powerful pressures victims to rethink the reporting of their abuse or even speaking up about it. Dr. Waraporn Temsanit, the advisor of the Women's Wellbeing and Gender Justice Program of the Sexuality Studies Association, also feels that the Thai justice system has never been supportive and barely provides any help or sympathy for the victims. As she explains, most victims have to struggle through the process alone, particularly when dealing with police officers who would repeatedly question them about the case, to a point where victims feel traumatized all over again. Although the stigmatization and the victim-blaming attitude still exists, more victims revealing their own stories has helped to provide a counterbalance to society's prejudices on the matter. At the same time, it also reflects a deep lack of trust in the justice system.